Yo guys, it's Mivly here, and today I actually got some help in Apex Legends and got myself a coach in. Yeah, it's been rough recently before the coaching. Finally I did it. I paid £45 for a coaching session. Did I waste £45? Did he hold back against me? You are about to find out, and also make sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, let's cut to it. I was actually thinking about switching to a glass mouse pad, but I don't know which one to get.
I personally don't know that many glass mouse pads. The one that I use is from Skypad, the same one that Lemonhead uses, and the same one that like Fade uses. It's called the SP4 or the Skypad 4, but they rebranded to Wallhack. If you want, I'll send you a link to check them out. I really like them. I will say switching to glass will help you with your tracking, but you're gonna have to put in a lot of work, a lot of aim training to get used to it, because otherwise your aim's gonna just be all over the place with how slick it is. Like, it really forces you to think about how you're aiming. So let's start off with a couple 1v1s again. Let's just recap some stuff that may or may not be missing, and then we'll just go hop into some games and we'll go put everything again to work, and we'll keep talking about things that, you know, whatever. All right.
I honestly did not even notice the fact that I was on like level 1 shield.
So something that I'm starting to notice again and again and again is you are being engaged, which is really nice, but what is continuously keeping you, or not keeping you, but what's continuously giving me the chance to deal more damage to you is a lot of the time you're moving forward, which is perfectly fine. You're doing it, you know, fast, and you're doing it when you're supposed to. But when you're moving forward, you tend to stop in the open instead of stopping on a corner that looks at where I am. So an example of this, stay exactly where you are. An example of this would be something like this. You're moving up, and then you stop here to start shooting. Instead of you stop on the corner and shoot from the corner. So you keep getting put in a scenario where you're forced to take more damage than you need to. So just think, whenever you're moving up, it's perfectly fine that you're moving. Just move to a corner and peek from the corner, okay?
Kontakt z wrogiem. Dureń z bronią palną tutaj.
In Apex.
Yeah, Apex, of course in Apex, of course in game.
Good pressure. Good pressure, play off that. If you're not gonna move off that, I'm gonna start holding you. And even though I'm losing, I'm not getting back. Remember, jitter aiming is a tool for recoil. It's not a tool for anything else. So unless you're just trying to shoot a laser beam into a spot, you don't need to jitter aim. Just focus on just normal recoil or aim smoothing, or just redirecting your crosshair. But again, let's start to say again.
It's smoothing something like this movement, or just moving inside like a circle.
So here, come up here with me.
się tutaj. Kropka. Pracuję nad asertywnością.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah, so recoil smoothing or aim smoothing is when you pull your crosshair to the side. You see how my shots didn't go up into the air? Like, if I just shoot straight, my recoil kicks up. But if I shoot and I pull sideways, my recoil doesn't pick up. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's just say I'm gonna shoot... Yeah, let's just say I'm gonna shoot this target right here.
Celem.
Instead of trying to shoot and pull down, what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna pull sideways, and I'm gonna strafe in the opposite direction that I'm pulling my crosshair. So if I'm gonna pull my crosshair to the left, I'm gonna strafe right. So your goal is to match the speed that you're strafing to keep yourself on target. Yeah, like that. So if I'm fighting someone who's way back over here, like this target right over here, I can look at this target and I can strafe left or strafe right and pull to the right or to the left to control my recoil.
Yeah, I see it now. I was seeing recently, I was also seeing like TikTok clips of like people neo strafing and stuff like that. I was like, how do people do this?
A lot of them are cheating and they use configs. If you see a lot, especially the TikTokers, bro, if you're not seeing them post on like YouTube and Twitch, like 99% of them are configging. And if you look in their bio, they'll be like, click here to download my NeoStrafe configs, because they're just fucking... So, something that I want you to start focusing on, because this is something that is completely lacking from your 1v1s.
Yeah.
When you're dealing damage, you're obviously trying to move up, right? If you shoot me, you know that I'm going to want to stop looking at you. So you're using me being passive as a method to get close. And the closer you are, the easier it is to swing me and lock me into that fight and force me to fight you, right? You're basically giving yourself the chance to guarantee damage.
Yeah.
What I want you to really be thinking about is the opposite. When I'm hitting you and you feel like you need to look away, otherwise you're going to get knocked, you need to be thinking, well, my opponent can't see me. The only way he can actually keep fighting me now that he's winning is if he comes to me. Pause. Whoa. Right?
Crazy.
So let's use that idea. Okay, well, if I push people who don't look at me, I get pushed by people that I don't look at. So think to yourself, whenever District's hitting me, whenever my opponent is hitting me, dealing damage, or even just suppressing me, keeping me in my cover, I need to make sure that I tuck my, and when I look away, I need to make sure I'm doing one of two things. I'm either quickly re-peeking to catch him while he starts running through the open at me, or, you know what, I actually can't catch him right now. I'm too close, or my gun's not loaded. Well, he's going to get right on top of me. So I need to make sure that I holster my gun and I take a big step back. Otherwise, he's going to swing and I'm going to be locked into a gunfight. When I start hitting you hard, practice holstering your gun and taking a step back. Or practice catching me really quick. You're not knocking me. Catch me for a brief moment and then take a step back. You don't want me to get on top of you, because if I am, I'm going to face fuck you. Pause.
To mogą być nieprzyjaciele, przyjaciele.
Right there, right? I'm going to want to push that. And lock into that gunfight.
I know he's going to push up. I'm going to push up as well. Even if I'm at health disadvantage, I'll probably get a one clip because this guy's basically running straight at me.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're moving too, I mean, your body's going to be incapable of being accurate.
Yeah.
So if, oh shit, I'm going to get swung. You don't have to push that. Think to yourself, think this. People who want to move need to move through the open. So all I need to do is catch and watch that open space. Don't push into it also, because now you're putting yourself in the same situation that I'm putting myself into vulnerably.
Yeah, more of them.
And again, it's gonna be hard to hit consistent shots when I'm pushing you. You don't know how fast I'll push, how slow I'll push, how deep, how short, if I'm going left, right, top, bottom, inside out, in your ass, out of your mouth. You have no idea where I'm gonna go or how I'm gonna do it. So try not to react to that. Back off, create space, and force me into an open spot. And watch what you created. Don't watch what I'm creating. Don't watch my push. Watch what you forced me into.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna back off, because you might want to push that, and I'm gonna watch your open space that you're moving into. You know one's pushing, so now it's a fair fight again. I'm gonna start looking for you. You're gonna want to look away. I'm just gonna have to walk up. Give me your cover. Now I'm on you. Now you're winning. I'm gonna try and create some space for this fight so that I don't get swung. Watch that open space that you're stepping into. Nice. When I was pushing you, those fights ended instantly, and it's not because I'm such a better player than you.
Yeah.
It's simply because, well, I'm not playing to wait and see what you do. I'm playing to finish that. Right there, it was the opposite. Now that you're winning, I'm going, well, I don't want this fight to end. I can't let this fight end. I can't die right now. If I stay where I am, he's going to swing and he's going to force me to die. So I'm going to drag this fight out and try to create space from this. Remember, space is what determines what can and can't happen. If there's tons of space between you and me right now, you can't shoot me. I'm safe behind cover. But if I close all this space right now, and now I'm playing right here, well, in one move, you're stuck in the open. So focus on when I'm winning, close the space. When I'm losing, create the space. When nothing's happened, manage the space. Control that other person.
Róg tutaj. Zatańczymy? Bez czelności.
There you go. I'm gonna take a step back so that you don't swing up on me. The fight gets reset. Who's gonna hold who first? Who's gonna make... Nice, good shots. Right now we're trying to close that space so that we can force those fights. Huge. So our goal is going to be practicing always moving up and always moving back. When we are consistently staying where we are, it creates opportunities for other people to do things. So a concept I want you to be thinking about, we're going to do like two more 1v1s, then go hop to some matches. But a concept I want you to think about, the more engaged that I am, the less engaged that he is. And the less engaged that he is, the more control I have over this fight, the more that I can do. Okay, let's do one more. Let's go hop in some games.
Bezczelny
Good shots. I'm gonna take a step back. I don't want you to swing me. Watching that space, but you didn't move, so now I'm gonna hold you. Good shots. Good shots. Okay, good win.
Załatwiłem opryszczkę.
It's gonna be like that.
For a while.
If you wanna grow your stream, you can't. It's almost impossible to do it by just playing and streaming. The only way that you can really grow a stream is if you're uploading to like TikTok and YouTube. That way you can reach more people than just the people that you see in your games, right? And then that way people start going to your shit.
Yeah. I wanted to start posting TikToks, but to be fair, I did not have the time to actually edit raw gameplay into a TikTok.
Pora nauczyć.
Here, dude. So what you can do here, I'll send it to you actually right now. I didn't even know this existed until they sponsored one of my videos. Let me find it on Google really quick. It's called Eclipse. And basically what it does is you just link your Twitch or your YouTube. It goes into your stream. It clips all of your kills. Or if there's a moment where you want it to clip, just say clip that. It will hear you say it, automatically clip it for you, and it will make montages and stuff for you. It will literally just make TikToks for you.
Crazy.
Znakomity
Dedicated to
pomysł.
learn how to
Przeciwnik
actually
tam.
push a fight because I kept on being like way too passive.
Ruszam na tamtą pozycję.
But still.
Yeah.
And I was learning, so I kept on speaking close. But now, after I learned how to push it, I felt like my KD had
Wrogowie
actually gone.
wylądowali blisko mnie.
After I started pushing more fights. I've noticed after I started pushing more, my KD went up and my rank went down. Quite literally became like 10 times the player I was
Używam liny z
only
hakiem.
a month ago.
Yeah.
There's a village from them.
Leci inteligencja.
Oh, there's actually a team?
Yeah, that's the team, right?
Alright.
Mamy tu wroga.
Behind on me. I'm safe to rest.
Start popping a heal from here. Pop heal from here. Ooh, I gotta create some space. I don't want to get swarmed.
Podładować osłony.
I'm gonna run back as well.
Nice. One's close right here. But he's split. I'm gonna see if I can start walking up here on him.
Co za tupet.
Let me just... Yeah, I've just got nothing. Got big decisions right now, just
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where, just like in the range, right? I was saying, like, you really gotta pay attention to the fact that you're, like, always,
I'm right behind you.
Rzut zaopatrzenia w powietrzu.
right here.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna...
They don't know that we're here.
I'm gonna ult.
Dosta...
Here, low key, bro. Let's just leave this match and go play the next one. Otherwise, we're just gonna be waiting for this guy to respawn over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. What I would say is, like, if you're trying to get better, I would not pay any attention to Pro League.
Yeah.
Pro League is such a completely different playstyle that it's really just gonna slow you down more than anything else.
First.
Really focus on, if you're going to do anything, watch pro players and try to find pro players that talk a lot about what they're doing and why they're doing it on stream
Yeah.
in ranked, and then use that as a way to kind of understand better. Because if you're watching Pro League, you're going to be watching people who are playing so passive and they're making very safe plays instead of like plays to create advantages, and you're never going to improve. Yeah, I'm going to land short. There's so many people landing here.
Unless I don't like the story, I'll sit more and just party.
Zauważyli mnie. Jestem pod ostrzałem. Biegnę przez...
Krytyczną.
Yeah, there is another right here.
Wait, on my door.
I'm on the height. I'm on the height.
Leci odłamkowy.
I got one broke bottom right.
Scar is like 20. I'm near that house.
Udzielać mi teraz pomocy.
Oh my god, the thing is so bad.
Awansowałem.
Chasing you.
Przeciwnik tutaj.
He's going for us. He's going for us.
Tutaj.
Reset.
Rany tutaj.
In this mode, like
Została połowa oddziału.
So as we're pushing in, start, especially with the fact that you're not playing a legend that can move around easily without his ultimate. Practice thinking to yourself, if I'm pushing in, I'm probably going to be stuck here for a little bit. So when you're swinging, make sure that you're swinging into cover, unless you're like, think about this again, my bad. Think about swinging into a corner that looks at what you're trying to shoot, right? And then the only time that you're actually swinging onto a player is when you're trying to commit him to that 1v1.
I kept on switching legends to play, but now I feel like my playstyle probably suits Wraith the best. Yeah,
Oh,
there's 4 teams
oh yeah,
left.
this one
Do
too.
widzenia.
I'm gonna go for That's exactly where they are. 28 blue. And the guy for us.
I did. I'm taking a big step back. Really hurt though, right? Look at your health. What happens right now when you want to swing? You're shit on it. So, get yourself healthy.
Widzę słuchowy cel. Słuchaj, mam słuchowy cel. Chodźmy tutaj.
Here, I gotta back up. Oh my gosh. I kept my reset. Remember, play set back. Play with space. Okay. Well, we need to really, again, let's just take a second and listen, okay? What you need to be thinking about is the fact that you are playing close, right on top of people. When you are just playing right next to everyone and you're not working your way into that fight off of damage or off of controlling what they can and can't do, you just are constantly fighting people who are full health, and because you're right next to them, what ends up happening is you're stuck in that fight. It's really hard to just leave. It's really hard to manage your health, especially when there's another team shooting at you or there's another team looking at where we're fighting. So when we're not the team that is working our way in, when we're not the team that's controlling that fight, controlling how people are playing, controlling if they're looking, controlling if they're doing anything, you're just constantly in the situation where you're just ego challenging everything. So again, play with more space, right?
Yeah,
And
he's
then
allowed
off
to
of
have
your,
more space, yeah. I've noticed the same thing.
unless you have the aim to back up fighting absolutely everything and one clipping everything, you cannot just be running and just staying in all those fights. Because you dying, it's not like, oh, I took some damage and then I got pushed and like this guy is just breaking my ankles and he's on top of me. It's you swing, you're in the fight, and now you're just dead. There's no reset, there's no anything, and it's because you're hard committing to everything. You're locking yourself into bad fights. So think of it like this. Can you go into a gym right now? Can you go into the gym and go bench press 300 pounds? Why not?
Zbliża się albo was
I'm not
pozabija.
strong enough yet.
Okay, it's the same thing here. There's so many different things that you need to build to be able to fight as hard as you want to fight. And you need to slowly build those muscles to be able to press the amount of weight that you want to press. So go into your gym, go into your game, and focus on one skill. Focus on building one muscle, pulling out, keeping pressure, and get consistent at that one skill. And now that you're constantly thinking about, okay, I'm going to make sure that I do this or do that, whatever it is, the more that you practice working on that one thing, the more it just becomes your muscle memory, and you don't need to think about it. You're getting overwhelmed with the hundreds of things that you need to do because you're trying to do all 100 things that you don't know how to do yet. So instead of that, just practice doing one thing and die practicing that one thing.
An isolated person to like and then just one clip on the back.
Przeciwnik tam.
Zniszczyłem wrogą osłonę. Zdjęty.
Snajper.
Mamy szczęście. Znalazłem się na
Celownik w ściele. Dokonuję samonaprawy.
So we know where they are.
Yeah, they are west.
Let's start working our way over to them.
Yeah.
The door.
Tam.
One guy.
One's playing Hyatt.
Widzenia.
Czempion zabity.
Wypatrujcie nowego lidera zabójstw.
Almost broke the Pathfinder. I broke the Pathfinder.
Na celowniku.
That's us walking up. You're full health. He doesn't want to look at you. He's broke. Walk up, walk up, walk up, walk up. I said he's broke.
That guy's almost dead. Nice.
Got him.
Chyba ktoś tam był.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I feel like if all that completely
Strzelają do mnie. Kolejni wrogowie zdjęci.
Wróg załatwiony.
Załatwiłem.
Przeciwnik na tamtej pozycji.
Did a Mirage? I think he must have revived the Loba. Did we thirst the Loba? Oh no, this is the one that you got. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I finished up with.
Ewakuacyjny. Ładuję.
Here, I'm gonna hit the evac, or I'm gonna hit the survey beacon,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna take this back, and then we can go land on this guy. There he is. Okay.
Is it Dick and Evac now?
Let's take our evac, and then we can go land on him.
Go around that.
Przeciwnik tam.
Yeah, let's just land. Let's land right here on the height. Here, right here. They might ash ult on me. Right here, full team. There's another team in C though.
Oh my god.
Ładują do mnie.
I'm gonna quickly pull back because I've just got cracks from that team is going out there.
Ładuję osłonę.
Right here.
W tym kierunku.
The back's there, isn't it?
Right, so let's portal closer.
Cel tam.
Because what are we gonna do if we get a break from back here, right? We're so far away.
Oh my god.
They're trying to... Can you portal to the height? Climb up to the height so that we can work down on them?
Yeah.
Zniszczyłem osłonę wroga.
I almost shit on the Ash.
Portal otwarty.
Oh, why did you not portal to their height?
Na minuta.
Okay.
Pierścień jest daleko.
I kind of got confused with what you meant. I thought portal to, I thought like portal to our height, not their height.
I almost broke two across.
Wroga osłona zniszczona.
Okay, keep that pressure on them. I can't. Okay, Cito's gonna pull up on us, maybe.
I got the swap. In case.
Przeładowuję.
I'm watching the angle, just in case, to see if I walk up.
Is there any energy around?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch. I've got an energy weapon myself. I feel like switching for the flatline. You've got flatline there.
Amunicja energetyczna, tutaj.
Oh, thank God, this guy had 300 energy.
Jesus.
Rzut
You have like
zaopatrzenia
2 energy
wróg.
weapons.
No, he had a Diva with like almost 400 energy ammo. Yep. So they're probably gonna go third, the fight that's happening in Jurassic.
Przeciwnik w polu widzenia.
Altar portal right here.
An alt team. Watch behind us just in case.
Close left.
Celują prosto w ciebie. W pobliżu może być strzelec.
Got live in
I'm tethered, I can't do anything. I got a bat. Teammate's pushing up. Teammate's gonna get killed here, probably. On the tree. Teammate's on him. Teammate huge. Round 2.
Ładują do
this one. Probably get that.
Używam świetlacie. O nie.
Okay, teammate's dead.
Osłony.
Spełnianie skrzyń z
Następny pierścień.
Here.
Śmigać po lince.
Might be something.
Ja na
New portal.
tam.
No, he took the portal. He took the altar portal.
cel w
Okay,
polu
hold on.
widzenia.
This team's trying to walk up. Let's play with some space here.
Nadlatuje.
If we can, let's get to the height so that we can look down on everyone. They're big fighting right now. Walk up to the next
Z
height.
hakiem w użyciu.
They're respawning.
Zamknięcie pierścienia za minutę.
Nice.
Damy radę.
That's not in cover, but still. Fuck it, we ball. I'm gonna get that back.
Idę do kontroli. Licznik pierścienia.
Oh shit, wait, they're both in the middle.
Czułem
First
osłonę
one?
wroga. Strzelam.
Ładuję osłony.
Przeładował.
I'm getting Skynade if there's anyone there.
Yeah, let's take the zip line here.
1 minuta. Pierścień jest niedaleko. Znalazłem się na celowniku wroga.
Made enough.
Rzucam gwiazdę energetyczną.
Never mind, it's too
Widziałem
low.
osłonę wroga.
There's only one guy.
Yeah, it was just one guy.
Not seeing anyone that game. Crazy, I just got fucking carried.
300 damage.
Yeah.
300 damage is wild, bro. Any questions before we wrap up?
I'm thinking about like, is there any ways I could practice like overall like this like games and stuff outside of game?
So what I did, not that I do this anymore, but what I used to do is I would watch pro players and I would watch, like I said, I would watch them play ranked. And I would specifically watch people that talked about what they were doing and why they were doing it. So a couple of good people are like Rogue, Imperial Hal, Lou streams if he streams anymore. People like that. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze 1 sec. And what your goal is to do is pay attention to what they're saying and why they're saying it. And as they're playing, try to predict what they're going to do. And when it doesn't happen, try to think of why it didn't happen. Like, oh, he got a break. He should go push. But why is he not pushing? Oh, well, everyone else is looking at him and he couldn't walk up for free. Right? And then watch for that to happen next time. Oh, he got a break and he did move. Why did he move? Oh, well, no one was looking at him this time. Right? So your goal is to kind of look for the things that we talk about in our sessions as you're just kind of like watching people like play. Right? That way, you know, if you don't have time to play, you don't have time to go play a 30-minute rank match, you can watch someone else play for 5-10 minutes. Or go watch their VODs on YouTube. That way you can skip forward whenever they're not fighting and stuff, and you can just watch them fight. That's going to be the best way to do it without actually being in-game.
Yeah. My main two takeaways from this whole coaching session is the fact that in gunfights I cannot be getting into the open because it leaves me to get exposed to about 14,000 different angles, and I become prime Piper Perry on the map. And second, I need to play a bit more corners. And the third thing I need to work on is falling back. But to be fair, in the 1v1s I was playing with District, I was playing corners pretty well after he pointed it out. And also, from the last session I had with him, he also told me that I improved, so that's a W. I would actually take everything he told me and be proud of myself how well I did since last season. I quite literally doubled my KD and upped my rank by about like 5 ranks, so I should be proud of myself, man.